now, wrestling fans, you're going to be treated to one of the best wrestlers in the country, and certainly one of the most dominant and aggressive wrestlers in the country in Parker Keckeisen, a redshirt junior from Glendale, Wisconsin, and I understand a protege of Askren Wrestling Academy. And I think Max was his primary mentor, if I'm understanding correctly. Now, of course, the great Ben Askren has mentored and so many great wrestlers, but Max also was an NCAA champion and an outstanding coach. And the Sooners are making a change. Okay, it's not going to be Giuseppe Hoos. It's going to be Carson Berryhill. And one thing about Carson Berryhill, and this is one of the keys, a team is more than their stars. You got to have guys who are willing to step up at any time and step in. One time we're wrestling Michigan, and I realized at the end of the 158-pound bout, I think that was the weight at that time. I realized that we should have our backup 65-pound wrestler. Maybe it was the match before. It was against Wisconsin. That's what it was. And give our guy an opportunity to rest before he wrestled the number one guy in the country. So I turned to Dustin Walker, who's actually studying on the bench because he's not supposed to wrestle, and he's a dedicated student. And I said, hey, and they're ready, about a minute away from stepping out. I said, would you be willing to wrestle? He said, sure, coach. He warms up, goes out against a great kid, and loses, but loses valiantly. Nice single by Keckeisen, and that's the first of many to get a 3.0. And what happened is it enabled us to rest Michael Barker, who then went out and pinned the number one wrestler in the country. So you have to have guys like this who are game, who don't care who is it that they have to go out against. They're willing to do it, and kudos to Carson Berryhill. But it's a little bit of the lamb being led to the slaughter because Keckeisen just keeps coming. Third in the NCAA twice, second last year to the great Aaron Brooks of Penn State, and the number one ranked wrestler in the country, having beaten number 2 and number 3 already. So he's got a 6-1 lead, and this is going to end, barring injury, with either a tech fall or a pin. And this match will be out of reach. You don't see Keckeisen do a whole lot on top. He's kind of stuck there. Berryhill has his leg. Get up under that. Oh, nice escape. He's in on the leg, but Keckeisen has those thunder hips. I don't think they quite gave the escape yet. So he is back down, but he's battling. Carson's down, referee's positions. Keckeisen getting up. I'm surprised he doesn't let him go. And there's a caution on top. Set once again. Whistle blows. Carson Berryhill doing a 4-point stand, trying to catch that leg as it comes in. I said barring injury because injuries are real and can happen. Of course, you don't wish that against anyone. Maybe a little minor one. Oh! He's still in the lap of Parker Keckeisen, but he's trying to pull off a defensive fall there, but the whistle blows. We're into the second period. Parker Keckeisen with a 6-1 lead against a very game but overmatched Carson Berryhill. He's going to freestyle start, let Berryhill go, or act like he's going to let him go and come around and snake him. He's not letting him go at all, actually. Yeah, there he goes. Little cat and mouse there before he finally releases him. And he is pressuring forward and in on that double. He's extremely powerful. I've seen him on film where he has a leg, but there's no room to move forward, and he is able just to suck his opponents back in. Very powerful, very slick, very determined, and extremely well-conditioned Parker Keckeisen. Letting him come up, but not letting him get away. It's like, hey, if you're going to get away, you got to do a little more work. Carson Berryhill says, okay. Keckeisen almost let him go, not realizing that the whistle hadn't blown. Once again, a fresh start, a freestyle start for Keckeisen, but not letting him go. It's kind of like, you got to work a little bit, my friend. Keeping that weight on his head, weight on an ankle. Maybe he'll turn into a cradle. Now he's letting him go. I'll tell you, he just wears on you. Berryhill stuttering, trying to keep his opponent off balance. Nice high crotch, nice go behind. Almost a 2, but not that easy on the great Parker Keckeisen, who now has a 12-3 lead, but that just shows the heart of Carson Berryhill. It looked like he's getting dominated, and he was a whisker away from scoring a takedown, which would have made the crowd erupt, I'm sure. Nice crowd for the Sooners. They're seeing some great wrestling out there. Little more by the Panthers, but the Sooners been very game and fought valiantly. Keckeisen out front, keeping pressure on. Nice high leg attack. Sits his opponent down, but Carson battles before yielding the takedown, and now we're getting close to technical fall territory with riding time at 16-4 going into the third period. And as I said, this match is either going to end either with injury, hopefully not, or with a tech fall or a pin. Keckeisen choosing down, and that will bring him closer. So it'll be 16-4, 17-4. He'll have a 13 lead, but one of those is riding time. And a caution. I think that was a caution against Keckeisen and a point to Berryhill. A whole bundle more of those, and he can come out on top. There's his escape. Keckeisen, oh, that's nice. Had a collar tie and then tried to duck it underneath it. Over and under, pass by to a body lock, and he's just too powerful. For Carson Berryhill, he's on top, shoving that head into the mat again. He's a point away. One more escape and takedown. So it's 19-6. A takedown will be a tech fall, if my math serves me correctly. Oh, ooh, maybe a false start, but unfortunately didn't blow the whistle, and there's the takedown. And this is why Parker Keckeisen is #1 ranked wrestler in the country, and that brings the lead to 24-9 for the Panthers of Northern Iowa. And I don't think we're going to see here now. I don't think we're going to